How much money do you really need to buy your first home? It's one of the most common questions I get, and honestly, most people are way off. So let's start with the big myth. You need 20% down to buy a home. Nope, that's simply not true, and it's keeping way too many people stuck renting. Here's the reality. Most first-time buyers use loan programs that only require 3 to 5% down. And some, like a VA or USDA loan, offer 0% down payment if you qualify. So let me give you a real-world example. Say you're buying a $350,000 home. 20% down would be $70,000. That's a lot of money. I don't care where you come from. But with a 3% down conventional loan, you're looking at just $10,500. That's already a massive difference. But wait, it's not just the down payment. You've also got closing costs. Things like lender fees, title charges, escrow setup, appraisal, plus a home inspection and your real estate attorney. Now in Illinois, closing costs typically run about 2 to 3% of the purchase price. So for that same $350,000 home, let's call it somewhere between $7,000 and $10,000. So now I know you're thinking, okay, $10,500 down plus $7,000 to $10,000 in closing costs. I need somewhere close to $20,000, right? Well, not necessarily. Now listen, I do recommend that you have as much saved up as possible, but here's where it gets interesting because you've got options. Option number one, seller credits. Depending on the market, we can negotiate with the seller to cover some, or maybe even all, of your closing costs. I've had buyers bring less than $5,000 total to closing just because we structured the deal right. Option number two, lender credits. Now you might be able to take a slightly higher interest rate in exchange for having your lender cover some of those costs up front. Option number three, first-time buyer programs. Now these are greatly exaggerated, but there are state and local grants like the IHDA or IDA in Illinois that can give you thousands towards down payment or closing costs if you meet the income and credit criteria, and that's the key. But in fact, some of my clients have gotten into homes with just a couple thousand out of pocket using these programs, which is less than what most people spend on a wedding or a used car. Now, yes, you'll still need to budget for things like a home inspection, appraisal fee, moving expenses. The idea that you need $50,000 or more sitting in the bank just to start the home buying process, that's false. What you really need is a plan. A clear breakdown of what you qualify for, what the upfront costs will be in your price range, and what assistance or negotiation strategies we can use to help reduce those costs. That's what I help buyers with every day. So if you're on the fence, wondering if buying is even possible for you right now, let's find out. I'll give you a custom breakdown based on your situation, and we'll map out the steps to get you there. No pressure, no sales pitch, just real info. Because the odds are you're a lot closer than you think. And if you're not ready to buy right now, we'll get you ready so that in a year or two from now, you can move into the first home you've been waiting for.